There was one boy named Gene Rudolph who was a real, like Gavone. I mean, a real. In gym, he was the first guy I ever saw who had hair on his balls. It was like, whoa. Anyway, somebody in Emerson, their dad was involved in producing the T.A.M.I show, which was Teenage America Music International.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the show itself?
Very well.
Who do you remember most?
What I remember most was James Brown.
Right.
I hadn't seen it in a while, and I watched some of it last night. And,
it's the best footage of James Brown performing live.
That's amazing.
It's the story. Mick Jagger tells a funny story about it, but he insisted that they be the ending act, the closing act. And James Brown said, excuse me, I'm the closing act. So they had the director, and he said, look, you put me in this weird position. You're both demanding to be the closing act. And James famously looked at Mick Jagger and said, oh, this is, okay, let him be the closing act. And then James comes out and just blows the roof off. And then after James Brown, the Rolling Stones. Now, they were big stars because of Ed Sullivan. We knew who they were. But it was like, who are these skinny white boys? It was like... I was not a hippie, but I was hippie-ish. I had long hair. The one real hippie thing I went to that was totally hippie was seeing the Mamas and the Papas at the Hollywood Bowl go, and that was the Summer of Love. That was 1967. Jimi Hendrix came on, and nobody knew who he was. And he started to play really loud the opening chords of Sgt. Pepper.
Please plug your ears. What's up for your ears? What's up for your ears, okay?
And he's playing that, and the audience just went, boo. Well, first of all, they're all stoned. Second of all, it's what the fuck? They're going, what is this? And they just booed, and he played most of the song, and then he took his guitar off and just threw it high in the air and walked off, and it smashed on the stage and made noise. The Mamas and the Papas come on, and Mama Cass started by saying, you people, and she scolded the audience. She said, this man's a genius, and you're going to regret this. And she was really stern. She was like wagging her finger.
She was right.
And she was
right. Yeah.
And I remember very well the next day in the LA Times was a review of the concert. And it said, Mr. Hendrix, who was not received favorably, threw his guitar in the air and walked off stage. I'm told normally he sets it on fire.